Alright, what's going on today? Okay, so, still don't have a shit load of time because today I was running kind of late, but I can figure this out fairly quickly. So, yeah, I gathered my thoughts for the last 24 hours or whatever, just trying to figure out exactly what my strategy was going to be. And so, I've got a couple simple rules laid out for myself. I've got my daily contribution for how much money I'm going to be spending on my food, and I've gotten it down pretty low. Like, we're talking about like $2 or so per day, which is pretty good. You know, I completely cut out the stuff like going to Tim Hortons and all that shit. And I've got plenty of ingredients at home that will last me for a long time. Making combinations of like, you know, quinoa and lentils and different beans and stuff. And I'll just pressure cook the shit out of them just in case if there's any issue with like the lectins and stuff, like Dr. Gundry was saying. But right now I'm just doing an individual serving, so I think the most conservative route and the best way would be to cook your beans at a high temperature for a long duration for a while, and then have them ready for the week, and then just kind of put them in after you make your rice and stuff, because it's kind of a little funny when you're putting beans and rice and quinoa and stuff, and then you're trying to cook it at a huge time gap. I mean, I'm not doing it at a huge time gap. I'm just doing it at 18 minutes of pressure cooking, which is not going to probably destroy the lectins like Stephen Gundry would probably be suggesting. If you're not familiar with what lectins are, they are the anti-nutrients from plants that prevent people from eating them and would give them digestive issues and potentially cause more havoc to the body than actually benefit from the nutrition. Now, there's a lot of people who fight against that, so I'm not going to go too much into that. However, by cooking the shit out of them, beans are pretty resilient, so you're not going to have to worry about it. But they should be pressure cooked for like, I think, an hour or something, so I'm really underdoing it, to be fair. I don't know. I'm noticing that the raw ingredients, especially from the bulk bin, are very, very cheap. I mean, you can get a pound of lentils for 99 cents. A lot of your beans and stuff, if you get them from the bulk bins. I mean, it takes very few beans to make a good meal, you know? And your rices, you know, wild rices and all that other kind of shit. It's all pretty good. So, for actively making more money, I think my strategy is going to be to, I know I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, although I don't quite remember everything I said. However, you know, second to getting a second job, there's all these other apps and stuff that promise, you know, the ability of making money through traditional business models. Most people are used to stuff like Uber and shit like that. And I'm not going to get into the debate on whether or not any one of these is good or bad. However, I will get into, well, I'm going to get very involved with a lot of them just to see what's going on. So, I guess, fuck, I don't really have a direction that I need to take videos and any kind of format I have to keep these on. So, as I discover each one, and I sign up for one, which is going to be my goal, I figured that my strategy is going to be figure out all the ones that are worthwhile, make a list, and then every single day sign up for one of those platforms. I didn't start last night because I was talking to my wife about it a little bit and trying to narrow down what are some good ones. But I want to do this good and I want to do it sustainable. So my strategy is going to be from everything from delivering groceries to people, to walking people's dogs, or giving transportation. I'm going to attempt to try every platform I physically can that involves like an app and an easy way to make some money on the side. Easy being used loosely. I mean an easy way to find work without having to have a permanent residence and a strict hour schedule. And I figure that this would ultimately be better because, you know, if you're going to be going out somewhere random and you don't have shit to do, but you'd like to make a little bit extra cash, I would love to capitalize on the fact that I could, you know, be making money during that time frame. No promises, but I figure based around the law of averages, if I try every one that I can for whatever ones that I'm accepted to, I will have a higher probability of being able to utilize one of those at any given time. So that's my strategy, and that's what I'm hoping to do. So as part of my daily goals, I'm going to sign up for one of those platforms, probably when I get home from work or something, I don't know. One of the other habits that I'm trying to do is I really enjoy this idea of taking raw ingredients and then making things, because you can do things way more cost effectively. Now, I don't know the best way to do that. However, from what I understand, health benefit wise and cost wise, per average of how much you're going to get out of it, lacto fermented foods and stuff are a really great way to go. So I started, I don't know shit about any lacto fermented foods. I don't really eat that. The most I had was kombucha, which a lot of people think is kind of foul tasting. I guess a lot of them are. But I just made my first batch of sauerkraut this morning. But the only unfortunate part is, for the money that you're not paying, you're spending time. So first I gotta make every one of these to see, and I'm gonna try literally every one that I can get my hands on, because they're all cheap to make in terms of dollar-wise. However, they're very expensive when they come to time-wise. Lowest amount of time being like 5 to 7 days, and the highest amount of time being somewhere in the 7 weeks or something crazy. But that would include, any of your basic lacto-fermented things, kimchi, sauerkraut, which is pretty much just cabbage and carrots. I mean, it could just be cabbage. When you take beets and you ferment them and do that a certain way, that's called kvass. And, I want to do coconut yogurt, which I guess is a little bit more expensive when you're thinking about buying the canned milk. But, I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff to learn, and I'm going to try to be more active in cooking. So one of the benefits of that is I'm going to be, shit, I better get going over here. One of the benefits of... Sorry, I don't mean to fuck around, but I don't want to hit people when I'm driving. I don't know, there's a lot of benefits. I'm able to, A, learn more shit that I'm able to utilize. It makes me feel like I'm going somewhere. B, being able to cost average my life a lot better, so I can take advantage of making my own foods and stuff, plus trying some other healthy alternatives to different foods, Don't want to eat bullshit, but if we eat lacto-fermented foods, there's a lot more benefit and kind of stuff like that. And, well, yeah. So, I don't know. As I said, I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about these kind of things. I'm not going to prolong this video. I was pretty wordy, and direct, and I'm going to leave it like here.